Are you ready for another awesome chapter of The Witches? Okay, here we go. Formula 86, delayed action, Mouse Maker. Children are revolting, screamed the Grand High Witch. We will wipe them all away. We will scrub them off the face of the earth. We will flush them down the drain. Yes, yes, chanted the audience. Wipe them away, scrub them off the earth, flush them down the drain. Children are foul and filthy, thundered the Grand High Witch. They are, oh, they are, chorused the English witches. They are foul and filthy. Children are dirty and stinky, screamed the Grand High Witch. Dirty and stinky, agreed the audience, getting more and more worked up. Children are smelling of dog's droppings, screeched the Grand High Witch. Ooh, pooh, said the audience. Pooh, pooh. They are worse than dog's droppings, screeched the Grand High Witch. Dog's droppings is smelling like violets and primroses compared with children. Violets and primroses, chanted the audience. They were clapping and cheering almost every word spoken from the platform. The speaker seemed to have them completely under her spell. To talk about children is making me sick, screamed the Grand High Witch. I am feeling sick even thinking about them. Fetch me a basin. The Grand High Witch paused and glared at the massive, eager faces in the audience. They waited, wanting more. So now, barked the Grand High Witch, so now I am having a plan. I am having a gigantic plan for how to get rid of every single child in the whole of England. The witches gasped. They gaped. They turned and gave each other ghoulish grins of excitement. Yes, yes, they cried. Yes, thundered the Grand High Witch. We shall squish them and squallop them, and we shall make to disappear every single smelly little brat in England with just one stroke. Whoopee! Cried the witches, clapping their hands. You are brilliant, oh, your grandness. You are fantabulous. Shut up and listen, snapped the Grand High Witch. Listen very carefully, and let us not have any muck-ups. The audience leaned forward, eager to learn how this magic was going to be performed. Each and every one of you, said the Grand High Witch, is to go back to your home immediately and resign from your jobs. Resign, give notice, retire. So she's saying, go back and quit your job, the one that makes you look like a normal human woman. We will, they cried. We will resign from our jobs. And after you have resigned from your jobs, the Grand High Witch went on, each and every one of you will be going out and buying. She paused. What will we be buying? They cried. Tell us, O brilliant one. What do you want us to buy? Sweet shops, shouted the Grand High Witch. Sweet shops, they cried. We're going to buy sweet shops, like chocolate stores or stores that sell only candy and cakes and desserts. What a frumptuous wheeze! Each of you will be buying for herself a sweet shop. You will be buying the very best and most respectable sweet shops in England. We will, they answered. Their dreadful voices were a chorus of dentist drills all grinding together. I am wanting no tuppenny, huppeny, crummy little tobacco-selling newspaper sweet shops, shouted the Grand High Witch. I am only wanting you to get the very best shops, filled high with piles and piles of luscious sweets and tasty chocks. So she's saying, I don't want the junky little stores that sell candy that's just okay. I only want you to buy the best, the very best stores with the very best chocks, which is short for chocolates. Oh, the best, they cried. We shall buy only the best sweet shops in town. You will be having no trouble in getting what you want, shouted the Grand High Witch, because you will be offering 4 times as much as a shop is worth, and nobody is refusing an offer like that. Money is not a problem to us witches, as you very well know. I have brought with me 6 trunks stuffed full of English banknotes, money all new and crisp, and all of them, she added with a fiendish leer, all of them homemade. Remember when Grandmama was talking to the narrator, the little boy, a couple chapters ago, and she said, witchophiles, people who study and try to hunt down witches to destroy them, believe that the Grand High Witch has a special machine that can make money from all over the world. That's how witches get their money. So, sounds like it's true. The Grand High Witch said she made all this money. She's going to give them to the witches. The witches are going to go buy sweet shops with that money. The witches in the audience grinned, appreciating this joke. At this point, one foolish witch got so excited at the possibility presented by owning a sweet shop that she leapt to her feet and shouted, "Oh, the children will come flocking to my shop, and I will fill them up with poisoned sweets and poisoned chalks, and I will wipe them out like weasels." The room became suddenly silent. I saw the tiny body of the Grand High Witch stiffen and then go rigid with rage. "Who spoke?" she shrieked. "It was you! You over there!" The culprit sat down fast and covered her face with her clawed hands. "You blithering pumpkin!" screeched the Grand High Witch. "You brainless bog vumper! Are you not realizing that if you are going around poisoning little children, you will be caught in 5 minutes flat? Never in my life am I hearing such a bush-developing suggestion coming from a witch." The entire audience cowered and shook. I'm quite sure they all thought, as I did, that the terrible white hot sparks were about to start flying from her eyes again. Curiously enough, though, they didn't. "It is such a thumb-fiddling idea. Is all you can be coming up with?" thundered the Grand High Witch. "Then it is no wonder England is still swarming with rotten little children." So she said to the one witch, "Don't be dumb. If you poison all the chocolates and all the children come and you just give them poisoned chocolates and the kids die right there, they're going to know you're a witch. They're going to kill you. That's not my plan. I'm not dumb." She didn't tell them the rest of her plan yet. There was another silence. The Grand High Witch glared at the witches in the audience. "Do you not know," she shouted at them, "that we witches are working only with magic?" "Yes, we know, your grandness, magic, of course we know," they all answered. The Grand High Witch grated her bony-gloved hands against each other and cried out, "So each of you is owning a magnificent sweet shop. The next move is that each of you will be announcing in the window of your shop on a certain day, you will be having a great gala opening with free sweets and chalks to every child." "That will bring them in, the greedy little brutes," cried the audience. They'll be fighting to get through the doors." So she told them, once you buy the really good sweet shops, put a little sign in your window saying, "On this specific day, all of these sweet shops are going to give away free sweets and chocolates to kids. Next," continued the Grand High Witch, "you will prepare yourselves for this great gala opening by filling every chalk and every sweet in your shop with my very latest and greatest magic formula. This is known as Formula 86, Delayed Action Mouse Maker." "Delayed Action Mouse Maker," they chanted. "She's done it again. Her grandness concocted yet another one of her wondrous magic child killers. How do we make it, O brilliant one?" "Exercise patience," answered the Grand High Witch. "First, I am explaining to you how my Formula 86 Delayed Action Mouse Maker is working. Now listen carefully." "We're listening," cried the audience, who were now jumping up and down in their chairs with excitement. "Delayed Action Mouse Maker is a green liquid," explained the Grand High Witch, "and one droplet in each chalk or sweet will be quite enough. So here is what happens. Child eats chalk, which has a Delayed Action Mouse Maker liquid in it. Child goes home feeling fine. Child goes to bed still feeling fine. Child wakes up in the morning still feeling okay. Child goes to school still feeling fine. Formula, you understand, is delayed action. 'Tis not working yet." "We understand, O brainy one," cried the audience. "But when? When does the formula start working?" "It is starting to work at exactly 9 o'clock, when the child is arriving at school the next day," shouted the Grand High Witch triumphantly. Child arrives at school. Delayed Action Mouse Maker immediately starts to work. Child starts to shrink. Child starting to grow fur. Child is starting to grow tail. All is happening in precisely 26 seconds. After 26 seconds, child is not a child any longer. Child is a mouse. A mouse, cried the witches. What a ferocious thought. So here's the Grand High Witch looking quite scary. There's her pretty mask on the table and there's her ugly face. She's explaining that this new formula she made, delayed action mouse maker, just one drop is powerful enough that when a kid eats it, they go to home feeling fine, go to bed, wake up the next day feeling fine. But 9 o'clock the next morning, they turn into a mouse. So if they're giving away free sweets and free chocolates to every child in England on the same day, then the next day at 9 o'clock, every child in England will be turned into a mouse. But no one will understand that it was the witch's fault because it was so far long gone since they ate the chocolate the day before. Classrooms will be swarming with mice, shouted the Grand High Witch. Chaos and pandemonium will be reigning in every school in England. Children, teachers will be hopping up and down. Women teachers will be standing on their desks, holding up their skirts, yelling, help, help, mouse. They will, cried the audience. And what? Shouted the Grand High Witch. What is happening next in every school? Tell us, they cried. Tell us, O brainy one. The Grand High Witch stretched her stringy neck forward and grinned at the audience, showing 2 rows of pointed, slightly blue teeth. She raised her voice louder than ever and shouted, next, mouse traps will be coming out. Mouse traps, cried the witches. And cheese, shouted the Grand High Witch. Teachers is all rushing and running out and getting mouse traps and baiting them with cheese and putting them down all over the school. Mice is nibbling cheese. Mouse traps is going off. All over school, mouse traps is going snappity snap. And mouse heads is rolling across the floor like marbles. And all over England, in every school in England, noise of snapping mouse traps will be heard. At this point, the disgusting old Grand High Witch began to do a sort of witch's dance up and down on the platform, stamping her feet, clapping her hands. The entire audience joined in the clapping and the foot stamping. They were making such a tremendous racket, I thought surely Mr. Stringer, the manager of the Hotel Magnificent, would hear it and come banging on the door. But he didn't. Then above all the noise, I heard the voice of the Grand High Witch screaming out some awful, gloating kind of song. Down with children! Do them in! Boil their bones and fry their skin! Bish them, skivish them, bash them, mash them, break them, shake them, slash them, mash them. Offer chalks with magic powder, say eat up, then say it louder. Cram them full of sticky sweets. Send them home still guzzling sweets. And in the morning, little fools go marching off to separate schools. A girl feels sick and goes all pale. She yells, hey, look, I've grown a tail. A boy who's standing next to her screams, help, I think I'm growing fur. Another shouts, we look like freaks. There's whiskers growing on our cheeks. A boy who was extremely tall cries out, what's wrong, I'm growing small. 4 tiny legs begin to sprout from everybody round about, and all at once, all in a trice, there are no children, only mice. In every school is mice galore, all running around the schoolroom floor. All the poor demented teachers is yelling, hey, who are these creatures? They stand upon their desks and shout, get out, you filthy mouse, get out. Will somebody fetch some mouse traps, please? And don't forget to bring the cheese. And now mouse traps come in every trap, go snippy snip and snappy snap. The mouse traps have a powerful spring. Their springs go crack and snap and ping. Is lovely noise for us to hear. Is music to a witch's ear. Dead mice is every place around, piled 2 feet deep upon the ground, with teachers searching left and right, but not a child left in sight. The teachers cry, what's going on? Oh, where have all the children gone? It's 9:30, and as a rule, they never are this late for school. Poor teachers don't know what to do. Some sit and read, and just a few amuse themselves throughout the day by sweeping the dead mice away. And all us bitches shout, hooray. Evil plan, right? She is going to trick all the children of England into eating free chocolates and sweets that have been dosed with Formula 86 delayed action mouse maker. And then the next day they'll all be turned into mice. And the teachers won't know that they're kids, and they'll lay out mouse traps, and all the kids of England, the mice, will be killed. And all the witches will have won the war. Not good. Tune in the next time. The next chapter is called The Recipe.